Hi, welcome back to Guessagaingaming, playing Necromunda Underhive Wars. So, actually something happened in the time between the last video and this one. I have two kind of gangs in the games I play in this. And the other gang I was playing, not the gang I was doing in the last mission, we got to the end of a sector and I picked an option which I haven't picked before. Usually at the end, when all the resources are gone, the options are to raid one of the other gangs' hideout and steal whatever resources they've got. And even if they haven't got much, I've always found that's kind of what I do because it stops them. You know, they may have got something. It's the thing to do. The only other options were something called a pit brawl, which I'd never done in an arena. Even when I played this lots and lots of times, I always at the end just did a raid on them, or sometimes they would raid us, and so we'd have to kind of stay at home in our base and defend. But I never did anything else. Anyway, so at the end of this mission, for some reason, or this sector, I decided to pick pit brawl just to kind of see what it was. And this is kind of what I've ended up with, and I've literally just started, so I thought I would actually show this on a video because I've never done it. This is how it looks. Obviously it's an arena. From how I read it, you get one fighter entered or brought in at a time. But apart from that, and you can see the thing on the left which tells you what you're meant to do. So it's a close quarters brawl. Didn't quite say that, or if it did, I didn't read that in the thing before. And using ranged weaponry is severely punished. Well, that's kind of hard because if you're not a gang with lots of close quarters melee, you're going to be screwed. So, and I am, so that's not good. And I don't know what they mean by punished either. So, yeah. Anyway, so it's all a bit. I wish I hadn't done this, but. As with everything in this game, once you start a mission, you can't just quit it, so I'm stuck with it. I've sent in, as I would normally do in all missions, or start with the person that's got the best, highest ranking of a ranged weapon, because that's how I always go, because then you can set them up to overwatch somebody from a distance and get a first shot. But with this, because they're saying that ranged weapons are penalised, I don't know how they're penalised, then I'm not quite sure what I should do because this person hasn't got anything other than a ranged weapon. I didn't set this up at all to do that. Even if I haven't got that many people with, I don't think I've got any two-handed people. I think they've got one-handed weapons in this and things like that. So anyway, that's how it is. And that one's got they've all got like close weapons, but they're not melee. They're those kind of cannon things and things like that. So yeah, it's a bit strange. Anyway, I don't know why melee weapons would be a problem, because if they're going to use rocket launchers and things that fire ice and fire, that's yeah. Anyway, so I'm not really sure what I should do. I don't know if I should overwatch, because then if I shoot somebody, I'm not sure what the penalty is going to be. What I do know is that from where they are, they can't shoot me from there. So what I'm going to do is just end my turn. It'll probably move me. I don't know why this game does that. It's kind of annoying, but... Oh, okay, so that one's got two weapons. I thought they had a... Okay, that one's got a cannon thing. So apparently you kind of have to go down onto the ground again. Maybe that's part of the arena rules, I don't know. Okay, so we're going to have to pick somebody else, apparently. And we're just going to have to wing this. I'm not sure if they're going to frown on servo tech, those little android things that stun people, because... So, all I can think to do is to try to avoid using that person's long-range weapon and hope that whoever else we've got can kill them. Or they kill each other, because that's quite common. Okay, that's nice. Have a good ding-dong fight there. It's very odd. If I didn't read it properly, then I apologise to the game, but it certainly didn't specify from where I saw it that you had to only use close-range weapons, or that you kind of got sent back down to this area straight away. You couldn't like stay up top and do anything, so it's all a bit, it's all a learning curve, I guess. So I think we really want to kill that one, because that one's using their fists. That can be because they've decided not to use a long-range weapon, or maybe they just haven't got melee, because often by this time they've lost fighters in different rounds. People have got killed and someone's picked up their weapons, or they've lost weapons and they just haven't managed to get them back or buy new ones, so that might be it. So okay, we know that this is probably going to be safe. So we'll just cut that person up a bit. I'm aware that our other gang member, the first one, is in that engaged little circle thing, so we really want to kill this one so they can run away without losing points. Yeah, we can still use the normal things. So I'm not quite sure why, if you're stuck in an arena, and this is obviously an arena, I get that. Okay, that's all we've got. If you're stuck in an arena and it's small, I still don't get why ranged weapons would be a thing that you can't use, because you can obviously use servo and other things, so that's a bit strange. So just to check, she's going to have to do something, so we're going to have to disengage because she hasn't got a... And we're going to see what happens. I think you need to... There's also things you need to pick up. There's obviously a crate up there. So I think what we'll do is we'll concentrate on keeping her alive and high up, and because I don't know what happens if she shoots something, I won't do that. There's no, by the look of it, there's no extraction, so it's like a fight to the death, so there's no point in picking up a crate. I haven't got the points to do an Overwatch, so if we've got anything else we can use, we can do that. And we're just going to have to go on that, because if we get through this and we have more people and we look like we're winning, I'll do a test on what an unranged weapon does and what happens if you use one, but I don't want to do it when we've only got 2 people and we're not winning. So I would definitely say in this, then, if you ever go into a pit brawl and you've not done it, and these missions come up regularly, they're not just at the end of a sector, they come up anyway, but again, they're always optional along with the go and get some casks or go and get some barrels, and I always pick those ones. Because I think I've said before on many videos, I'm not really a melee person. I mean, I do it in the games, you know, not just this sort of game, in any game like Dragon Age, whatever, games where you're swords and those kind of things, because that's what those games are. But in other games where there's other options, I'm always a sniper, or I'm a ranger, maybe even in XCOM, where I can shoot people, yeah, I can run at them, but I'm not really a close-up melee punching, brawling person in any game. So that's why. So I would also say, if you come into this, what you'd really want is someone who's got melee weapons, and also if you've got the kind that don't recharge, that's going to be useful because then you don't have to worry about recharging them. Okay. So it is what it is. We'll stick with her because she's already there. I mean, I think I'm going to look at this now and go, it is what it is in that. Now I've seen what it is, and bearing in mind this gang, unlike the gang I played the last mission, is still playing on the level where we're the highest level gang in the sectors, so it's going to be a bit easier. I would say that once you kind of, like everything, once you kind of see what it is, it's not that bad, but it's also a learning curve, so we can hopefully kill that. Well, we definitely kill that one. Also, what you could do in this, and I will do, just for two reasons, you can take other people's stuff. So the reason I'll do that is, number one, you could stop them because there's a person there with no weapons, they've just got their hands, so they could pick those weapons up and use them. And number two, we could theoretically give those to our person with a ranged weapon. So, okay, it all gradually becomes clear. We should have a good attack on that one because we've got a sword and they've got fists, so unless they've got some kind of super fist. This would have been a very, and I'm glad now that I've done this now, because had I done this in a situation where my gang was kind of lower, as in the last mission or last video, or equal to the other gangs, this could have been pretty grim, but luckily we're already on a high. So we should be sort of okay. I think the premise to this is that the over gang, the big bosses, like watching people fight. So that's why they send us here. They send us to missions to get stuff sometimes. That's our gang bosses. And then the overall gang bosses of everything, or I don't know, they like to watch everybody fight in this. So that's what this is. So we've got this one. I don't really want to risk. Let's see if that servo thing works well. Yeah, it just works like normal, so we don't really want to risk anybody if we don't have to. I'm not sure what would happen. Oh, I guess if we stayed there, the next person would come on one of these other spots, so I guess we can stay here. So we'll stay up here. I'm not sure if it's going to send us back down. This game has that weird thing it does where it suddenly tells you you're in the danger zone and it will send you down. I don't want to use a grenade. We could shoot. Well, it's not a ranged weapon. I don't know why we couldn't shoot that. Let's just shoot somebody. Okay. I think someone's put a device on us or some kind of tech where we get stunned whatever we do, but whatever. And yes, we're in an unsafe zone. I don't know why, but we're in an unsafe zone, so it's going to send us back down, which is a bit annoying generally in this game. It's a bit unfair in this. I don't know why being on a high ledge would be unsafe. I mean, if they mean that you can't use it because it's banned, then say it. Say you're not allowed to stay in your original zone, but I don't know why it would be unsafe. That's not what they really mean. So okay, now this is where we're going to have to make a decision. She's got the ranged weapon, and we're going to have to make a decision to shoot somebody, and if it's penalised and we turn into a frog or something, so be it. Actually, let's shoot. It's much better to shoot ranged weapons from further away. Yeah, okay. Oh, that's... So that's... Yeah, that's kind of not fair. I'm not happy with that in the game. I mean, you wouldn't know without knowing and doing it that by shooting someone, and that's with a ranged weapon, we're not at range, that's the same distance as a gun. So, and I think they're counting guns as ranged weapons as well. So you wouldn't know that that's kind of what it would do to you. You might think you know, get some kind of penalty, but you wouldn't know it would virtually kill you. And again, because you don't realise that when you come in, you're going to have people with ranged weapons. So it's a bit, it would be better if this was better explained, not to the level that you would need to understand that if you used a ranged weapon, you would actually almost kill yourself. That's kind of what they need to tell you, because if I hadn't used the health dispenser on that one, they would have definitely died from that. So it's, yeah, it's a little bit unfair. It's unfair in the context that you can't save it, you can't come out the mission and start again, and if people, as I've shown you before, if people get injured in this, they are injured, and they can be injured for the whole rest of the playthrough. So it's a bit unfair to not kind of heads up you, that give you a heads up you, that's not proper English. Yeah, it's a bit unfair that they don't tell you in advance that if you break what their rules are, and it's really hard to kind of know what the rule is. I still can't work out what they mean by range. I think they're calling ranged weapons any gun, basically. So we're going to have to health dispenser with her because no, we can't use a dispenser, so that's not good. And again, another thing I would then suggest you do is make sure if you come to do this, you bring as many medical kits and healing things as you have, because that's going to be helpful. Another thing that I don't know is if there's such a penalty on ranged weapons. They didn't mention grenades. But I suppose that counts as well. And he's going to kill her because... And I'm assuming that counts that servo thing, which is why we got penalised with that. But again, it doesn't really explain. Maybe I should have realised that ranged weapons is anything that's not a melee weapon, but then that's annoying because then you would never ever want to come to this unless you had a gang that was almost all melee, and some gangs aren't geared for that. So unless you had a gang that was almost all melee, you wouldn't ever come to this in the first place, because it's really geared against anyone that's got any kind of range things, and in this is going to be plenty of gangs, or well, my gangs. So I'm just not going to shoot anybody with anything. But that may not end up well. We're killing that one because that one's got a very big axe. So I'm guessing that's someone we want to kill. But yeah, it's definitely a thing that favours, and certain times you go into this, you get gangs, or we've stunned them at least. Certain times you go into this and these gangs, not my gangs, but other gangs that have plenty of melee, and they're basically melee, they're kind of tank types. And you could set your gang up, and you may prefer to be melee gangs, and if you were, this would be very suitable. But as I've said, if you're not, this is not what you want to do. So having seen what this is, there's no point in trying to hit that one because we'll just die. So we need to get to that health dispenser thing. So having seen what this is, I wouldn't do it again. That's not to say that no one should play this. I'm sure this would be fun if you had lots of melee people and wanted to do that. But for my style of gang, this is not good. So okay, we'll do that. We're going to jump down and try to hit somebody, but at least that means if anyone comes near us, we can hit them back. So yeah, I think this would be good if you had a certain gang set up, but it very much requires that you have a certain kind of gang to do it. Otherwise, you're always going to be struggling. And like I said, in this mission, in this playthrough, I'm at the top level of this. I would have had to go on to the next level with this gang as well, probably the next time. So the fact that I'm struggling a bit tells you how much you need to have melee people, and as you can see, most of them have got big axes or 2 axes, and we haven't got anybody like that. We've got a few people like that one who's got like 1 weapon and 1 sword, but we haven't got anyone that's only got melee. So because that's how I set my gang up, and it never occurred to me that I would need that. And in the whole of this time I've been playing on both different gangs, I've never ever needed that. So nah. So like I said, there's no obvious extraction zone, so I'm going to guess that it's just a fight to the death. That seems to be how it's going to play out. So she's going to have to go down there. Now, again, she hasn't got any, only got that, so there's no way we're going to shoot anybody with this. I'm not sure whether you can exchange things with people that are... Yeah, okay, that's good. So that's the person that picked up both. So there, you can see what you can do once you're here. Those are the 2 weapons I picked up off the dead one, and now we've got them, and we can use them on them. So you can kind of work around it a bit, and if I got sent into this, you won't. But if you got sent into this by default and you had to do it, you can work around it, providing, of course, you can kill somebody or someone gets killed that's got weapons that you can pick up. And so it's not straightforward, but you can work around it. So I think she's got the best 2 weapons now, the ones we picked up, because nobody else I've got's got 2, so. There's no point in worrying about the one on the platform because she's got Overwatch, so if anyone does come to try and hit her, she'll be set. So we might as well just whack this one around a bit. Yeah, I mean, you've seen how this has gone now, and I would say that the fact that we got those 2 weapons from the dead person and were able to give them to another one of our people who only had a ranged weapon, that's kind of going to make the difference in this, because otherwise we'd have only had one person with a sword, really. So I don't really care what they do, they're going to die. Yeah, let's just use that. So it's strange, isn't it? Like I said, in this game, I played this a lot. I like this game a lot, actually. It's very interesting once you get used to the levels. That makes it very, very interesting and unusual compared to other games, even like XCOM, because of the way the levels work and the zip lines and the lifts. It's very different. So again, same process. I'll take anything they've got that's a ranged weapon, not because I may need it now, but because I don't want anybody else to get it, which is selfish, but that's life. So yeah, I like this game a lot. I like the graphics. I think the graphics are really good in this. I think they're really, really good. I would say the graphics in this game are equally as good as XCOM. And for what they are, I mean, they're not glitzy like XCOM, because these are meant to be futuristic, glitzy graphics. I don't really want to go over there because there's too many people over there. So I think what we'll do is we'll ambush anybody that comes here. Yeah, I think the graphics are equal to XCOM, and that's a compliment. I think the character modding, the way the graphics look, the way the setting looks, it's in what it's meant to be, is equally good as XCOM. I certainly can't fault the graphics. I like the graphics, I like the combat, I like the way the characters are, I like the levelling up, I like the injuries thing. I don't like being injured, but I like the way that people can be injured, and it's something you can sort out by replacing limbs, but they can still be injured overall. I like that. So I like this game a lot, actually. I think these things from this game, which is especially the injury things, and the way you can work around injuries by having people have bionic limbs or things like that. Yeah, she's got an Overwatch, so you're going to wish you hadn't gone there. I think that's really good, and those are things that would be good if you could integrate them into XCOM, for example. So I think there's a lot of very good things in this game, so I like this game a lot. But like I said, like I was saying, it's funny that I've played this game such a lot with 2 different gangs, and I've never ever tried this, although it's on every sector, and I've just never tried it, basically because I didn't like the idea of arena. No, don't shoot, that's not what we want to do. No, we have to do that, I forgot that. Yeah. I mean, even in Watch Dogs Legion, where there's that fight ring thing where you can go and fight different destinations, and you can fight in a ring, and you fight 3 rounds, and then you fight to win that bout. Even that one took me a while to want to do that, because I'm not particularly good or keen on those kind of melee things. So, but I have got better at that in Watch Dogs Legion, because the controls are nice and simple in that, and you don't need weapons or swords or axes, so you're not going to be out-weaponed. You just have to dodge a lot. So we'll see if we can kill this person now. Yeah, good. I don't think they've got a... okay. I think we'd rather reload our weapon. We might as well take that as well because we're not going to go anywhere. Yeah, we'll see. I don't think they've got a... they haven't got a melee weapon, so we don't really care about their blade thrower because that's going to be a ranged, I assume. So we'll take the other thing they've got. And then we'll... No, we're on Overwatch accidentally with a gun because I'm sure then we'll get killed. Oh, okay. That's what it is. We need to recharge our electronic whip thing. And we haven't got quite enough points to Overwatch with that, so okay, it's fine. So I think we're doing well. It's funny because it's in such close quarters, and because I've had to actually concentrate a lot on like survival, really. I've not really paid much attention to how many of the other teams have been killed. I think we've killed about 3 or 4 of them, and I think they killed 1 of each other. I can't remember. But we've only lost 1 person, and that's annoying. I'm not happy that the game didn't explain to me what I needed to do before I started, and because of that I sent in, or I didn't pay attention properly, I don't know. I sent in, not only did I send in my best ranged weapon person quickly, but also they got killed. And let's just hope, and I will be hoping that they don't have any lasting injuries, because they can get anything from like amputated arms and things to gone blind in one eye, and usually if you get hit with a ranged weapon you don't get amputated arms and those kind of things, you just get like a XP loss or something like that, but she got hit with an axe or something like that. So this one again, same problem, hasn't got any melee. I think this is going in that kind of weird way where one gang has still got quite a lot of people and the other gang hasn't. So I think the red gang's still got a lot of people. Oh, is she there? Okay. So now, if I remember rightly, unfortunately that massive axe, well, it's still got, I took it, but that person can't equip that, so again. So I'm going to assume that attacking range things are okay. I don't know, but I'm assuming that. So theoretically, I don't know why we wouldn't be able to use that. We don't want to use that. Okay, so that's shown that. So you can use servo tech things, range things, as long as they're not offensive. So that's something, I suppose. What else has she got? Don't remember what that does. It's very hard to remember what all these things do. Well, we've got lots of points, so we might as well use it. And we might as well use that because we're not going to go anywhere. I mean, I was going to say I guess we could kind of go and punch somebody, but so what I'm going to do, and this is a bit cool, is she's like not going to have much use. because basically she hasn't got a weapon. There's no weapons to pick up. She hasn't got a weapon that she can use. She's got no melee. She hasn't got anything in her arsenal now that she can really use other than that defensive servo thing. So I'm putting her there as a kind of bait, because I'd rather they killed her, and she's the least high level person I have. So I'm putting her there, hoping they'll kill her rather than kill somebody else. Didn't work, but okay, she's got loads of axes, so she'll do. That's not going to end well. Gravely wounded, that's not good. It's hard to work out because I feel like, let me just look at this. Yeah, blue team's got one person left and red team's got all of theirs, so we really need to be killing red team's people. No, we don't want to do that. I'm going to get up there. We really need to kill some of the red team. Okay, she's doing well. It's often strange. Oh, that's gone very well. It's strange how in this game, and it happens quite often actually, one of the other teams, although they both seem very balanced, I'm not comparing them to our team, but just compared to each other, how they all seem balanced, and yet one team ends up with almost nobody left, and the other team's got everybody. It's odd. I know we've killed some, but then again, that's just been by luck. I didn't pick out, let's kill. It was just whoever was nearest to where I was at the time, so. Yeah, they've got two axes. If they kill each other, that's going to be good. So at least they're fighting each other, that's something. It's quite a long, when I started this video literally, I thought it was going to be a lot shorter. It's actually quite long considering, oh, well, our person that we selected died on selection, so that maybe they were so stressed by the thought of it that it killed them. But anyway, yeah, it's actually taken a lot longer to do this than I imagined, because they're all in a small area, and usually the problem with this game, not the problem, but the thing with this game is that everyone has to run around a lot looking for people. You have to chase people around up and down levels. Sometimes you can't kill everybody. You have to stop people escaping with crates. So all the things that often add to how long the missions take, which can be very long, they are not really present in this. But even so, it's taken a long time. And we're going to go up there, and really we just want to kill somebody. Okay, we'll kill her if we can. No, we won't shoot them, that's for sure. It's taking, I've noticed that, I mean, it's taking people a very long time to die. is what it is. That one's done very well. I don't know what their level is or whatever, but considering they've only got fists, they've survived a long time. Maybe they won't survive anymore. Okay, we've killed one of the red team, yay! They haven't got anything that we can use other than... No, we haven't got the points, so we'll do that next time. Okay, well we've killed one of them. That one's not got any real use, so we won't bother. Okay, so the good and the bad is that at least the two people we still have, other than the one who's not got any melee, they've got quite a lot of health, so that's good. And they've got melee weapons, which is even better. So that one's going to have to probably hit somebody with their gun or just do whatever they can. Going to have to muck in. But yeah, it's taken. It's quite not amazing, but I would never have thought, considering the things that take a long time in this game are usually the trying to extract crates, picking up crates, trying to find a way to get to the extraction points, trying to track down people that have run up and down levels. I would never have imagined that this would have taken as long in a very enclosed environment. So. Well. Yeah, okay. We can't hit them with a gun, I forgot that. You have to put your gun away and then punch them. Okay, well, you did well. Well, that person was almost dead, but still. So we will take the cleaver and that and anything we can get off them. I don't know if she's got anything. Okay, that might be useful. Oh, we've run out. Yeah, okay. Yeah, this has taken a very long time, which possibly indicates that melee weapons aren't as destructive as ranged weapons. I don't know. Certainly during the other missions I've played in these, I've always thought that if you get hit with a big axe, you can get killed very quickly. But in this arena thing, I don't know whether they've slightly changed the settings or I don't know what, but no one's really been killed very quickly at all, whatever they've been hit with. So, okay, it's time to... It's Jolene. She's only got fists, so good. There's no mercy now. Actually, if I went back and did this again, not only would I don't know if I'd had the option to put, I don't think I've got anyone with, like I said, really good melee weapons, but what I would do is the two people that have died are our leader and the person with the best range weapon and the highest leveled person with the best range weapon. So I wouldn't have sent them in the first place. I would have sent a few, for want of a better term, disposable people that are not as high levels, that can maybe fight with their fists or hopefully pick up a weapon, but if they didn't, whatever. So that's what I would do now if I did this again. I will do this again, but I would do it in a different way, and I would certainly not send anyone that I didn't want to get injured or killed into this. So I think we are winning if winning is the word when you've lost 2 people and this kind of arena thing, but I think we're winning. There's no point in skipping a turn now. So that one who's got only fists, I'm sure that she can finish off that one that's almost dead on her own. Oh, they're going to get a health boost. That's fine. I think you can only get a health boost from that thing once for each person. That's how I think that works. I've never actually thought about it until I tried it again in this, and then I couldn't, so... Where did they go? Where's Jolene? Yeah, we're going to go after her. Because she's already injured. And she's only fighting with fists, and we're fighting with fists, but we've got more health. So unless she's got some kind of super fist, and she probably hasn't, we're gonna end up killing her quite soon. Now we don't have to skip turns, because that's good, because that's always a big thing in this. They've lost as many people as we've lost. So that's good. Who is that? That's ours, that's good. Let's see who else still is. Not many. That one. Okay, we'll go after that one. Probably. It's always good to double check in this, which way you're going, because the amount of times I thought I was going one direction like there, and you find you're going the opposite direction. Oh, okay. It's often. Okay, that's fine. Have that. Yeah, it is quite, actually, it's quite remarkable how... No, I don't want to do that. How it seems to have taken everyone much longer to kill people with melee weapons in this arena thing than it did in the normal missions, because I remember being one-shotted with a big axe before, virtually, and in this, although everyone seems quite high leveled, they've got big axes and 2 axes, they've not really killed anyone a lot without hitting them numerous times. So this is that bit in a game where you think, unless I make a really bad mistake, I'm gonna win. Now I know that she's almost beaten up Jolene, so Jolene's gonna try and fight back. She's gonna run away. Oh, and she had some health boost. We're just gonna keep running after Jolene. Come on, Jolene, stand and fight from your baby. Yeah, Jolene's obviously used some kind of potion or device that protects her a bit, because the hits aren't really doing the same, but it's alright. You might have to kill her with somebody else, but anyway, she's not doing really well, and there's a limit to how many things she can keep doing, so... Okay. I always pick the one that's kind of already engaged with a fight. There's somebody with no weapon at all. And she's decided to run over there and stand in the corner. I'm not quite sure why she would do that, but... Oh, that was a really good hit. Fantastic. Okay, let's see if they've got... And that's the person, our fighter there, is the one where we got the 2 weapons off someone that was dead. So as I said a lot earlier, that has been like the difference almost. Yeah, we'll take those things. Thank you very much. And we will run round there because that's where everyone seems to go. There's old Jolene. You can actually... No, you can't. Okay. Yeah, it's that point in the game where you kind of think, if I lose now, it's because I did something stupid, because we finally doing better. I'm going to guess we have to kill everybody, so... We're just going to run around killing everybody. That one again's only got fists. I'm still not quite sure why they ran into the corner, because that's fine in a different kind of mission where you can extract, but in this you can't, so there's not really much benefit to hiding. You're going to have to fight or die at some point anyway, so... And this one's going to die. Yep. We could search and see if they've got anything worthwhile, but I wouldn't... Oh, they've got a lot of stuff. Not much that's going to be useful now, but we'll have the gas, we never know. I'll have a shock whip. So that's kind of good. Finally! We're getting there. I think we've got 3 against their 1 and 1, is it now? And again, with this game, a big part of getting on top is as soon as you kill a few of theirs. Let's just check. Yeah, they've got 2 and 1. Oh no, they've got 2 and none. Blue 2 are dead. So as soon as you I want to keep punching Jolene now. As soon as you get extra turns, because they've lost people, they're not getting turns, you're kind of on top already, because it's much easier once you've got extra turns and they're missing turns to kind of, yeah, you can throw what you want, whatever. There's that one up on top there which has got a big axe and they've not been injured at all, so that's going to be the one. Where's Jolene gone now? Jolene's really annoying me. I think we should have... You feel like you should have killed someone like about a dozen times. Just die already. Jolene really refuses to die. Imagine if you got a, which we always kind of have, if you got a mission like this where you ended up with like just 2 people left with no melee, and they were just going to run around punching each other. It could go on for a long time, especially if they had like buffs and health potions, etc. So I'm just gonna really want to kill Jolene. Got nothing really against her. I'm sure she's very nice, but she seriously needs to die. At last. So, yeah, I don't care what Jolene's got on me, I haven't got any space left, so. Okay, that's one more down. So that's the one to worry about, that one with the big axe. In fact, it's indeed the only one left. And it will be very disappointing if we don't care what they search for because they've already got a big axe. It will be very disappointing if we can't win against one person with our 3. That Overwatch worked out well. If it came to it, I'd use a ranged weapon to kill them now because we're kind of on top. And we wouldn't want anything to, let's just make sure. Yeah, it's 3 against 1. So, we will go over there. Give them a fight on both sides. I don't care how strong they are. There's no way they should be able to fight off 2 different people, both with melee. Yeah. And also, because again, how this game works, we're going to keep getting extra turns because they've only got 1 person and we've got 3. So that's going to work in our favour greatly because they can only go once and we can go 3 times for each person. So we'll just keep bashing them. Again, and as I said earlier, it's not worked out well, but having melee weapons that aren't the ones that recharge has worked out well because otherwise we'd have to keep recharging them and that's going to take up points, but we've had ones that are just normal ones, no recharging, and they've served us well. No, we don't need to disengage because if we're really lucky we can kill them in the next turn. I don't know. Yeah, see, that's a strange thing. Sometimes this game's pretty, I know they're searching that person, but they're not really going to benefit. Okay, we're going to run after them. And this might be it, this might be it. Hold your horses. Let's not make a mistake. Yeah, this is going to be... Bearing in mind we're going to get another turn after this, because they can't. We've got extra person, so we're still going to get another shot at them even if we don't kill them. Which we didn't. It's like that thing in all games where you've almost killed somebody and they've just got that odd point. That can work really badly. I know, like in XCOM, for example, and this as well. You have someone that's so nearly dead and then they manage to kill one of your people still. And that's really irritating. So, but we've got this one who's going to punch her, but because she's nearly dead, just stunned. One more hit maybe. Yeah. I don't know what happens now because they're all dead. Oh, okay.